the streak of lead jammer positions.
And the jerk of all skates must have been a jerk on the track because she just got a cut track and is going to spend 30 seconds in the box. That's a power jam for number 180, Heater Up. And Duke City is bleeding players to the penalty box. This is not what they want to do on a power jam.
Heater Up going up against Killer Queen and Death Row, the only two blockers for Duke City, the only two skaters on the track for Duke City right now.
Now, Death Row was an MVP blocker yesterday, just did a great job, and she is continuing to do a great job. Death Row, some of you may not know this, Death Row has been skating for Duke City since 2004.
That is over.
2006, my bad.
I was about to say that's over 10 years, but now that has been adjusted to not over 10 years.
You guys know what else that means? Right now it's 9-9. It's a tied game or a palindrome. You should also be drinking now.
There's a lot of rules in your roller derby for drinking. It's not a bad thing, I don't think.
Hydration's important.
The subjugator on the Shroud Fitness Jam line.
Oh, she's going to take 187 way back.
That's Doomdy Doom, yesterday's birthday girl. Doomdy Doom's just going to stand there and wait for Subjugator to come back. Subjugator with a quick star pass to X-Mental. Now X-Mental's going to skate around.
Cut track call.
X-Mental now looking for that initial pass. Kells Inferno getting a track cut penalty. She'll be over to the box for 30 seconds. X-Mental swinging around, getting an initial pass. Not lead jammer, however, because of the star pass play.
You know, that was a little bit tricky on ICT's part, and it paid off because it got them a power jam. Now, granted, it is a power jam that can end as soon as somebody gets lead jammer, which won't happen now. Well, it could happen. If she comes out, she gets through clean, she can be lead.
It is possible.
In the meantime, the scoreboard's gone black.
And it'll go right back. There it is.
Oh, there it is.
Multiplayer block on 5-1-1. I don't see a 5-1-1.
5-1-1 is Team Slayer. She's coming around the track after 5-0-0, Subjugator, who also got a penalty.
There we go.
It's a lot of bodies flying around on that track right now. X-Mental stuck behind that Albuquerque wall. No pack gets called. Everybody has to hustle.
4 points awarded to Jerk of All. Or no, that's Banff. Banff with a 4-point pass right there for Duke City.
X-Mental getting stuck behind Lee Featherweight. Featherstone, I got it right. That was a wonky jam, and at the end of that wonky jam, it's 13-14. 1 point different, drink.
20. So confused by your rules. I'm going to stick to Derby. It's the only thing I know.
Oh, wait, I'm sorry. They just added some extra points.
Now I drank for no reason.
We've got Jerk of All Skates on the track for Duke City. She's got to get past Chewblocka. She does for lead jammer. Vanilla Slice still stuck behind Featherstone.
Vanilla Slice working to the outside now. Gets that initial pass completed. The Jerk of All Skates trying to catch up to a quick moving pack and put some points up on the board for Duke City.
You know, I was talking to this reffing crew. That is them calling off the jam. I was talking to this reffing crew yesterday. They said that ICT's game against the Unicorns was moving so fast. And this looks like the same kind of speed as that game yesterday. ICT, of course, beat the Unicorns yesterday. Duke beat the Unicorns yesterday. ICT is 1-1 right now. Duke is 2-0. It's a big game for everybody.
Last game of the tournament for both of these, or one of these teams, excuse me. ICT. Dog paw flying around the track here. with the lead jammer position. Now she's looking to score. Trying to cut to the inside, gets around a block attempt by Jerk of All Skates and gets 4 points and then shuts it down.
So far, it looks like the strategy is to get your points and call it. Get your points and call it. We've only had one jam that was over 5 points, and that was the jam with Dogpile. I'm sorry, Heater Up, and that was a 9-point jam. And there's Heater on the line again.
Take it on Seam Slayer, who quickly comes off the line and tries to work to the outside. Now Seam Slayer finding room on the inside, able to get that lead jammer position for Duke City. While Heater Up is forced to recycle, almost back to the jam line.
And Banff just bamfed Heater Up, like for sure. Pushed her all the way back, almost to the pivot or to the jammer line.
Beatrix breakdown, falls down and gets a back block, draws a back block call. And just like that, because back blocks are being handed out by everybody, Rachel Rage is going to go ahead and get a black block penalty as well.
So this is a power jam, right? Oh, no it isn't. Everybody thought it was a power jam. Now it's that awkward time.
No jammer on the track. Heater Up coming in hot, almost passes the line of no return. As soon as her cheeks hit the seat, out comes
Seam Slayer.
Heater Up only going to have to serve the same amount of time that Seam Slayer served in the penalty box, so that's a good thing for ICT.
Which, yeah, it was a very minimal amount of time, like maybe 10 seconds total.
But Seam Slayer was able to get a 5-point pass while she was the only jammer on the track. Now the Heater Up is back on the track and engaged with the pack. It's going to be let's skate until they blow whistles because nobody has lead jammer status.
It's a 2-minute jam just for you.
Now Seam Slayer bouncing her way through, tapping her hips, but she can't call off the jam. Her bench reminded her she is not lead jammer, so she's going to keep skating around and scoring points. Probably not a bad thing for Duke City in this situation.
I think Heater Up is she still on her initial pass? Yes, she is. Wacko Path says.
Give you a soft little reassuring nod.
That was approximately 27 whistles. I'm pretty sure the referees mean the jam is over.
Am I safe to assume that your derby number was 27 at some point?
No, my derby number is 1984 because it's my favorite novel by George Orwell. April 4th, Winston Smith.
It's also a great record by Van Halen.
Oh, it is a good record. For truth. This is 187 on the line. That's Doom to Doom, whose birthday was da-da-da yesterday.
Nice hit there by Kells Inferno, putting the subjugator back on the inside of the track. She had to recycle back behind the jam line. And now Doom to Doom is just working a little quick 2-wall up front.
That 2-wall of Chewbacca and X-Mental, though, that is not an easy 2-wall. That is a tough stuff 2-wall.
Able to conquer that 2-wall. Doom to Doom is your lead jammer. Track cut on
Nuclear Holocaust.
Subjugator initial pass completed. Doom to Doom knocked to the inside. Pass to recycle. Back behind Pistol Peak. Now Chewbacca and X-Mental taking a peek at where the next jam assault was going to come from. And Doom to Doom just said, you know what? Subjugator's a little too close to the pack for me, so I'm going to call off the jam.
She says, no thank you. So the score now is 10-point differential, 31-21. 31 points for Duke, 21 points for ICT. Both of these teams have elected to have a city nickname as their team name.
Very true.
Isn't that some fun information?
Vanilla Slice on the jam line. This is her second weekend in a row at the House of Quad. She was here coaching the juniors from Wichita in the junior tournament last weekend. And here she is performing at a very high level.
But Jerk of All Skates is the lead jammer as Vanilla Slice gets tucked to the outside, has to get past death row, and she does, but not before it looks like Jerk of all skates gets recycled to the back of the pack. Well, to the back of ICT's pack.
Jerk of all skates trying to get those last couple valuable points for Duke City before getting the call off, not allowing Vanilla Slice to put any points on the board for ICT. So here we are, 16 minutes left in the first half, almost halfway through, and it's 34-21 Duke City over ICT in a very, very competitive game.
Yeah, I would say absolutely competitive. For those of you who follow the roller derby, 34-21 at 16 minutes is a pretty low-scoring game. We have really not had that many double-digit jams. In fact, only one by my very unofficial stats.
On the outside, it's Kells Inferno trying to get past one more skater from ICT, but she's not able to make that pass. Number 5.
Beatrix beat down.
Really nice block there. And then
Dogpile Diva thought that Kells Inferno had, gotten through on an initial pass and was not called lead jammer, so she called it off, and then she kind of in a harumph stomped her skates off the track. That was definitely a harumph. Speaking of umphs, we've got Banff on the line.
Taking on the name of all names, the Subjugator.
Subjugator! It's 5-on-5 derby, though, so that's going to make it much more difficult for these jammers. Banff's got to get past Rachel Rage, Beatrix Beatdown, and Jessie Couture.
Multiplayer block on Jerk of all skates. She'll be headed to the box for 30 seconds of rest and reflection. Banff flying around the track, looking for a scoring opportunity for Duke City to continue to put points up on the board and extend the lead over ITC. That's her whole mission on this jam. Nice job by the Subjugator avoiding a really could have been devastating hit by Death Row. Yeah,
that was a dead leg hit for sure that was coming her way. Also, great job for Subjugator of not being that 5th point for Banff. And she just Banffed herself in the ref lane.
On the Stroud's Fitness Jam line, you see Vanilla Slice for ITC taking on Duke City's Seam Slayer. Slight pack advantage for ICT going into jam number 13. Both jammers on the track in the non-upright position. Both had to peel themselves off the floor, re-engaged with their respective defensive lines in front of them.
And I'm going to tell you, with this humidity, peeling yourself off the track is that much more difficult, for sure.
Initial pass completed, lead jammer awarded to Vanilla Slice. Now it's time for her to put some points on the scoreboard.
X-Mental with some beautiful backwards blocking there, just forcing Seam Slayer to 100% fight. Looks like Vanilla Slice picked up 1 point. Makes the score 22-38.
Jerk of all skates getting a track cut penalty right there at the whistle. So both sides have a blocker in the box. It'll be 4-on-4 as we start jam number 14. You see in a white jersey with the number 11 on it, that would be Dogpile for ITC, going up against the captain of Duke City.
Everybody's favorite,
Inferno.
Gordon Ramsay. Just kidding, it's Kells Inferno. Oh, Death Row getting called off on a multiplayer block. That was just what ICT's Dogpile needed to get lead jammer. She snuck through on the outside, but Kells Inferno is coming around. She's about half a track, and Duke City is just hustling.
Quick moving pack. Dogpile on the outside. Sees that Kells Inferno is coming in real quickly and calls off the jam before she can put any points on the board for Duke City. 13-point lead as we hit the 12-minute mark. 38-25 Duke City over ICT, and still what is a low-scoring game, all things considered, which means there's excellent defense being played, and both jammers for each side really not having too much difficulty getting through on their initial passes.
No, initial pass has been what both of these teams want to work on a little bit more. Right now, pack advantage is certainly...
Back block on Subjugator. Power jam for Duke City. Banff having to get off the floor and come around the outside. Has to recycle way back around turn number 3. She's able to get back on the track and now trying to take advantage of this power jam situation for Duke City. ICT doing a nice job of bridging, trying to keep Banff from getting that initial pass completed. Great work by number 13. Also, Rachel Rage involved in that contest, but Banff able to get that initial pass completed. Now it's scoring time for Banff, and she's going to get a little bit of offensive help there by Doom. The subjugator back on the track and smashing right through the back of Jerkoval.
Foxy Mahler going in for a really great frontal blocking on Banff. Getting called though, getting that a warning for out of play, so she lets off. Banff picks up 5 points.
Banff getting coached from her bench as she comes around and understanding where position the subjugator is on the track. Looks like she's going to go ahead and work the outside. Nice cut back to the inside. 360 to the middle. Gets around Beatrix, beat down, and gets that 4-point pass.
And Banff also did just a little dance. I did tell the Albuquerque team before this game that they have some of my favorite names. They're just great names. They're great skaters, really nice people. And I wished them moderate luck.
I wish everybody the same amount of moderate luck.
Moderate luck for
Moderate
everyone.
luck for everyone.
Moderate luck. Because this is a game of skill.
Number 5'11", Seam Slayer on the jam line going up against
7108, that's Vanilla Slice.
multiplayer block on Rachel Rage. She'll be onto the box for 30 seconds of reflection while Seam Slayer tries to work a 3-wall from ICT. Failure to reform penalty on Doom.
And look at this. It has been almost 30 seconds. Oh, there we go. 5'11", gets through. She is your lead jammer, but Vanilla Slice is right on her tail. And Vanilla Slice is a head-down, fast skater. She's a former speed skater. She came to ICT this season from Northwest Arkansas. So 0-0 jam on that last one. What are you supposed to do on a 0-0 jam?
Reflect on why you didn't score any points.
Reflection. Serious contemplation and reflection.
Maybe some strategy, some understanding.
Maybe some strategy, maybe some hydration.
Also, it's important that we find out the next two scares are going to make this not a scoreless jam, potentially. One of them, Dogpile for ICT. The other one, Banff.
It's number 10 versus number 11.
Clockwise block call on Kel's Inferno. That call is going to leave Banff all by herself on the track. But since the box is full, Kel's Inferno is going to stick around on the track. She'll have to remain on the track until there is position and room in the penalty box for her to serve her 30-second penalty. It's official timeout time for Bludnovsky. Ladies and gentlemen, if you turn your heads and see over here by the equipment area next to the Huck Wagon, there is a table that's made of cushiony softness. You can lay on that table and get massaged by one of the best in the business, Southwell Massage Fluffy. She will rub on your body $1 per minute. So if you want a little 10-minute massage, it's $10. You want an hour massage, it's $60. It's real simple math. I suggest it highly. Remember, we will have an hour break in between the next two games, so maybe spend a full 60 minutes getting massaged by Southwell Massage.
That sounds like an absolute delight.
The Huck Wagon is open for business. There are chicken tacos, nachos, chili cheese, whatevers. I would go over there and buy some stuff. I like the tacos a lot, I'm not going to lie. Party McFly over at Avast Apparel has plenty of shirts for sale, and she would like you to buy all of them for $20.
Every single one. They don't want to leave this place with one blue shirt. Not even one. Not even one.
And if for the right amount of money, which is not very much, she'll even put your name on the shirt.
Holy moly!
Straight up.
And I hear that Party McFly is a really good speller, so no typos. It looks about even on the penalty board right now. ICT's biggest penalty maker is number 350, that's Rachel Rage. And the biggest penalty maker for Duke is 713, that's Jerk of All Skates. Rachel Rage with 4, Jerk of All Skates with 3. But penalty minutes about the same.
Do you mind if I borrow penalty maker moving forward in my announcing career? I kind of like how that sounds.
Penalty maker?
Yeah.
Yeah. Subjugator is out of the pack, and she is through for lead jammer. And number 511, Steam Slayer, is just fighting to get through on an initial pass. That pack is going at record pace right now.
I can actually feel it moving, the wind in our presence. It's moving so fast, which is nice because it's a little sweaty.
Yeah, it is a little humid in there, but Pistol Peak did an amazing push out to the outside and then recycled all the way back. Exactly what is going to happen right now for X-Mental. This is the Subjugator's second scoring pass.
Let's call it the third.
Oh, it is her third.
Subjugator now trying to work the center of the track, avoiding the edges to not get knocked out. She completes this time a 5-point scoring pass. That's 15 for this jam. Excellent job by the Subjugator, who has single-handedly, along with her teammates, closed the gap. 47-44, 7 minutes to go in period number 1.
You gotta love it when you get your team from an 18-point differential down to a 3-point differential. That's a big win. And speaking of big wins, you guys can have big wins by going over there and getting yourself a really sweet Mythical Invitational Tournament.
T-shirt.
Tournament T-shirt.
Or you can just get the whole tournament.
I'm gonna get the whole tournament.
Yep.
That's 7108 Vanilla Slice. She's got one more to go before Jerk of All Skates. Jerk of All Skates is your lead jammer, although Vanilla Slice is just a hair or a hiney in front of her.
Jerk of All Skates in slight contact with Vanilla Slice as they make their way around. Jerk of All Skates, as they get closer, is going to probably contemplate how she's going to handle being the lead jammer and having that power of jam call off. She decides that was the time coming around the Stroud's Fitness jam line to end things. Full minute, no score. I think that involves one of your rules there.
Yeah, it's a drinking rule. So I know that all the people in Albuquerque are drinking with us. Yeah, they are, because they tell us that on the YouTubes.
Shout out to the folks watching live on YouTube.
The people in Wichita are probably still at church. Not that that's a bad thing. Nuts number 11, Dogpile Diva, up against Captain number 9, Kel's Inferno. Big push out by number 5, Beatrix Beatdown, that gives Dogpile Diva the opportunity to get lead jammer.
Beatrix Beatdown really slowing down Kel's Inferno coming around turn number 1. She was able to get that initial pass, and now Dogpile getting a 4-point jam and causing what is known in the business as a lead change.
Huh? Okay, all right. That was a lead change, and apparently that was a little too much for me.
A little aggressive. It's still morning.
It's afternoon. I'm ready to go. That means it's 47-48, and with that, ICT is going to put the Subjugator on the line up against Bamf.
Bamf working her way right to the center of the track and then getting cut off by the Subjugator. Bamf able to work to the outside now, catches the 4-wall, gets right around X-Metal, picks up lead jammer, slips a block by Chublaka. The Subjugator also able to get her initial pass completed. Now it's a foot race to catch up to the pack. Fast-moving pack, of course.
Pack pace has really picked up as ICT Roller Girls are trying to avoid being points for Banff. Looks like Banff was able to pick up 2.
Did you notice on that call-off, Banff utilizing her own blocker to get a whip and then spinning around and sticking her hips out as far as she could backwards in order to get them past one more player and get up an extra point?
It's all about those hips. And you know what? In roller derby, hips don't lie.
That's why I don't play roller derby. I literally don't have hips.
Yeah.
I have a torso and legs.
Torso and legs. That is number 9, Kel's Inferno, up against number 7108. That is Vanilla Slice You Up.
Quick move to the outside by Vanilla Slice. Then she cuts back inside. Killer Queen gets that lead jammer position set up for ICT Roller Girls.
Kel's Inferno is out, but she's about half a track behind Slice right now. So Slice is going to have to make some quick work of the pack to make sure she doesn't get
Nice shot on a block to the inside by Doom. She was looking down at the fallen Vanilla Slice, thinking that she might have forced a track cut, but none of the folks in the striped shirts saw that the way it happened, so.
It is another lead change, 51-49.
5-on-5 derby, both teams at full strength. Dogpile on the Stroud's Fitness Jam line, taking on Jerk of All Skates.
And you know, these two teams, according to WFTDA, are very, very evenly ranked. Duke City got some bumps on their ranks yesterday with the 2 wins that they had, but according to WFTDA, they are only 1 ranking point apart at 193 and 194.
As you can see on the scoreboard, they are evenly matched on the track. 51-49. Jerk of All Skates is a lead jammer. Now she's looking to cause another lead change if possible. With that pass, it's going to count for 4 points, and there it is. Lead change for Duke City over the ICT Roller Girls as we get close to 2 minutes.
Jerk of All Skates is running this clock down, it looks like. She is not calling it off. And it looks like ICT has a skater down right now. We just got confirmation from Blood that the jammer called that jam off, so the jam came to its natural conclusion, so Rachel Rage will not have to sit out for 3 jams because the jam did not get called off due to her fall and injury.
Depending how quickly she can shake that off, we'll see how many jams she does miss. But what I do know for sure is that we have 5-on-5 on the track, both teams at full strength. On the Stroud Fitness Jam line, Doom will take on Vanilla Slice.
And this is Doom Doom's second time jamming this period. Last time she did not get lead jammer.
Vanilla Slice keeping that streak alive as she picks up the lead jammer position for ICT Roller Girls.
It looks like Duke City was able to pull off a successful cover pass. The cover went to number 9, Kel's Kitchen, and just as she got that panty on, Slice called the jam off.
4 points scored on that, and that includes another lead change. Now ICT back in front by 2 points. Banff on the jam line now for Duke City, taking on Dogpile.
Banff has been a very successful jammer for Duke City, scoring what looks to be 17 points of their 53.
Banff we did win an MVP award during this tournament, so we know her effectiveness and her impact on the game is going to be very high.
Absolutely. Banff has some great footwork, and she's able to scoot around even X-Mental from the moment that X-Mental gave her approximately 1 inch, and she was able to get by.
360 bunny hop on her toe stops to get through and make that pass official. Now lead jammer position for Banff, and she's going to try to put some points up on the board as the half comes close to an end. Banff taking a peek over her shoulder, tapping her hips and calling off the jam.
And that is the half. Nobody called a timeout to stop the clock. So it is halftime for ICT and Duke City. The score stands 55-57. I can't wait to come back to this game.
I'll tell you what, this is probably the most competitive game that we've seen all tournament weekend, and we got 15 or 30 more minutes to call this excitement. I can't wait. We'll see you folks back in about 15 minutes.
Yay, 15 minutes. Bye.
I'm going to go get a massage and go to the hook wagon and stuff. All right, ladies and gentlemen, we are just about a minute away from the second half, Duke City versus ICT Roller Girls. Well, before we get started, I want to say, Galactic Scoundrel, I need you to report to Southwell Massage for your massage.
Sounds like Duke City is ready to get on the track after they've done their very awesome little cheer that I won't repeat.
I'm not even allowed to comment. Your FCC regulations do not approve of that, and neither does my mom.
And neither does my mom. Oh man, 5'11" realized just in the last nick of time that she didn't have her mouth guard, so she can't jam. That was a really smart move for her. That means Kel's Inferno is going to pinch jam up against number 11. That's Dogpile Diva.
And now it's time to start the second half. Kel's Inferno trying to work the center of the track. Almost gets knocked to the outside by Pistol Peak. Does get knocked off by X Mental. That opens up the door for Dogpile to pick up lead jammer, and she does so.
Nuclear Holocaust going to the box on a failure to reform as Dogpile Diva approaches the back of the pack.
Dogpile switched to the outside.
Dogpile got all 4 points on that pass. That makes it 59-57, and yet another lead change. It looks like ICT is going to start this jam with another blocker in the box. That's a 3-4 pack advantage for Duke City. 71-08, that's Vanilla Slice up against Banff.
On the Shrouds Fitness jam line, both skaters go as soon as the whistle was blown. Now Banff finding a little bit of space on the inside, able to get that lead jammer position sewn up for Duke City. Cutting right through to the center of the track. Back and forth. Banff trying to get past the last blocker in line for ICT and gets that 5-point grand slam. Vanilla Slice headed to the penalty box for a track cut penalty.
Yeah, that was a really, really sticky track cut right there, but she was doing it right in front of Rochambeau. She had one skate out, one knee down, and she put that foot underneath her and took off like she was going to go, and that was just the track cut. Nuclear Holocaust going back to the box, and number 10, Banff, getting 5 points.
Lead change once again. Duke City marching back into the lead, and they are on the power jam, so that could continue to grow. If Banff is able to get through on this scoring pass, she does for another 5 points. That's 15 on the jam so far.
ICT losing Pooter Smacker, number 1, to the penalty box. She's the team's co-captain. She's going to the box on, I think, on a failure to reform.
Banff getting to the inside of turns 3 and 4, able to get 4 points on that opportunity. Vanilla Slice still trying to get that initial pass completed, while Banff swings through right around Foxy Mahler, able to get another 4 points. 5 on that one. Thumb is out.
This is the can opener jam that Duke City really wanted. Probably not exactly what ICT hoped for, but
24 points on any jam is always welcomed. This time Duke City able to put that up there as we come inside at 27 minutes. 81-59, Duke City taking the lead. Number 500 on the jam line for ICT, that is the Subjugator. Taking on number 511, Seam Slayer.
Seam Slayer. This is the first time this half that ICT has been able to start with four blockers on the track.
Subjugator pushing towards the inside, trying to solve that 3-wall that includes Killer Queen and Death Row.
Jesse Couture going to the box on a multiplayer block. 5'11", though, sneaks just past Beatrix Beatdown to get lead jammer. She's lead jammer, but she's recycled all the way to the back, which is never any fun.
She went ahead and recycled just to make sure she didn't get a track cut penalty.
Killer Queen going to the box for Albuquerque. She got a forearm penalty as Jugs, the subjugator, is going out of the pack on her initial pass. 511 Seam Ripper is on a scoring pass.
Seam Ripper tapping the hips as she slides through turn 4. Able to get 2 points on that. Bam. Bam Jam. Slam Bam. Thank you, Bam.
Slam Jam, thank you, Jam.
Yeah. 83-59. 25 minutes, 25 seconds to go in period number 2. Dogpile on the Shrouds Fitness Jam line, taking on the captain of Duke City. That would be Kel's Inferno.
Kel's Inferno.
Exploding off the line and right into the engagement zone is Dogpile.
Dogpile Diva pushed out by Banff and 187. That's Doom to Doom. Looks like number 9, Kel's Inferno, is going to the box on a cut track. This is a power jam opportunity for number 11, Dogpile Diva. And she did it again, calling it off. Calling it off after a jammer goes to the box. She did that during the first half. And Anna Harump, she stomped off the track. This time, she just gave herself a serious shrug.
If nothing, she's consistent. Vanilla Slice on the Shrouds Fitness Jam line. Power start situation for the ICT Roller Girls.
So far, we're in the 5th jam, and each team has had one power jam. This power start features Vanilla Slice having to go up against all of Albuquerque. The entire population of Albuquerque decided to block Vanilla Slice.
Vanilla Slice tried to work to the outside, then cuts back in the inside. One scared to beat in Death Row. Able to get that lead jammer position on this power jam. Now she's got to see if she can capitalize and put some points up on the board for ICT. Nice block on the outside by X-Mental. Slowing down Doom-de-Doom. Vanilla Slice gets those 4 points. Calls off the jam. 2 points picked up there at the whistle by skater number 9, Kel's Inferno. So let's reset for jam number 6 in the second half, but no. We're going to have an official review instead. That means official review time. I'm going to go sneak and find out what they're saying.
Yes, this is a really good time to go sneak and find out what they're saying. It's also a really good time to say thank you very much to all of the sponsors to the House of Quad, including the Texas Institute of Orthopedics and Sports Surgery in Grapevine. You can check them out at tiosonline.net. Kendall Chiropractic and Acupuncture in Southlake at kendallcare.com. That's Kendall with 2 L's. Also, a big thanks to Southwell Massage, where you can go get a massage for $1 every minute. Our very own Fluffy the Great, she's out of Louisville. You can check her out at southwellmassage.com. The after party for tonight's after party is at the Abbey Inn and the Abbey Underground in Denton. 21 up, no cover. Big thanks also to Pepper House Designs. She's a House of Quad sponsor and an FU sponsor. And Pepper made the gorgeous armbands that the Fighting Unicorns love to wear to adorn their forearm. Their arms. Adorn their arms. Yeah. Duke City has done a really good job of kind of pulling away, and that was from that 24-point jam by Banff. ICT, though, is coming back little points by little points.
Official review by ICT that the 2 points awarded on that pass were awarded to a jammer who was on the initial pass. That was confirmed by the jam ref. 2 points taken off of the Duke City scoreboard. So we are a 20-point lead.
And you know what that means? That means ICT gets to retain their official review for the rest of the second half.
This is correct. Subjugator able to get that initial pass and lead jammer status. She is on record as such and can control the stop of this jam if she remains penalty-free. However, on her tail, moving quickly, is Banff. And we know what kind of skater she is. She gets a nice little whip here by Subjugator. Banff airborne over the apex at the whistle. 1 point awarded on that aerial assault by Banff.
And no points to ICT. So even though Subjugator took that whip off of Foxy Mahler, it did not result in any points.
You know what it did result in is a cool-looking play.
It was a cool-looking play. I'll give you that, for sure.
Hey, this is about entertainment, ladies and gentlemen. Are you not entertained?
I'm entertained. I like this entertainment.
Trying to work to the outside was Kel's Inferno, but she runs into the back of a very stiff four-wall.
Those stiff four walls, they get you every time.
Nice work there, push to the outside.
Great push out by one of the ICTRG blockers. That was Jessie Couture, who had a great push out, forcing Kel's Inferno to call it off because Dogpile Diva had put on the power burners.
Yeah, Jessie Couture and Foxy Mahler really putting in some good work on that four wall. Outstanding job by ICT. 21 minutes left in the half. 21-point lead for Duke City. 21s are wild.
Slight pack advantage for ICT Roller Girls.
X-Mental positioning herself for some offensive work, then spins around and catches Banff chest to chest. Nice block there by X-Mental, slowing down Banff enough to allow Vanilla Slice to get that lead jammer position, controlling this jam as she flies around the track.
Banff is still in the pack. She is taking a beating from ICT Roller Girls. She's got one more to beat. Death Row goes in for the screen and lets Banff through around Foxy Mahler.
Now Vanilla Slice looking to pass the last two blockers in front of her to complete an entire 4-point pass. She taps the hips 360 style.
And she does it on one foot and stays in bounds.
We talked about this yesterday. I'm going to throw it out there again. The balance, strength, and dexterity of these athletes is outstanding.
I love it when you use the word dexterity.
Number 511, that would be Seam Slayer.
Up against number 500, that's the Subjugator, who everybody likes to call Jugs or Jiggles. It's all loving. Roller derby's a loving sport. Subjugator push to the inside, has to recycle all the way behind the team.
Seam Slayer pushing on a 3-wall, trying to extend the work that has to be done by the blocking group for ICT. Able to get around X-Mental and get that initial pass completed. She is now your lead jammer.
And that Featherstone, number 6, she ended up getting a failure to reform after pulling the Subjugator way back behind the jammer line.
Sometimes I think my whole life is a failure to reform. Nice quick step to the outside, getting around a block from X-Mental for 5 in the sky. Grand Slam awarded to Seam Slayer.
At this point, ICT has to just be thinking, we've got to get our jammer through to stop the bleeding. Even though ICT has a slight pack advantage right now, Subjugator is just having a really hard time behind Death Row and Killer Queen and Kel's Inferno.
Death Row already won a blocking MVP during this tournament. That type of performance is exactly why she was awarded such. This time the Subjugator coming in hot and blasting right through the back of the 4-wall put together by Duke City. Able to create some room for herself. The Subjugator has to get around one more blocker. Able to get that initial pass completed. And now it's scoring time.
was a huge jam for Seam Slayer as the lead jammer. She got 19 points. Nope. 9 points on that jam.
Let's call it 12 points.
I'm sorry, 12 points.
96-67, 17 inside 18 minutes. Left to go in the half. Dogpile on the jam line for ICT taking on Banff.
Number 10 versus number 11.
We've seen that somewhere before.
Yep.
Banff trying to find room on the inside. Tries to step around number 13. But then gets rerouted.
That number 13 is the Foxy Mauler.
Certainly is.
Foxy Mauler and Jessica Couture trying to hold Banff back, but she squeezes through. And Dogpile Diva is pushed to the inside.
Last time those two were on the track together blocking, I remember specifically talking about how good of a job they did, and here they are once again performing at that level, really putting a number on Banff, stopping her from getting her initial pass completed. That a very stout group of blockers for ICT doing excellent work.
Dogpile Diva really relying on her blockers right now. She decided to go ahead and do another pass because she trusts her blockers to keep that Banff in line.
Dogpile Diva coming around turns 1 and 2, after getting instruction from her bench, takes a nice step around the outside and calls off the jam. Getting 3 points on that final pass and stopping Banff from getting any. That's going to put the ICT Roller Goyles. That's a real neat.
Roller Goyles.
It's Halloween, ladies and gentlemen. We have gargoyles. 11-4 on that jam, but 100-78 is the total score. Duke City still in the lead, and it's timeout time for Duke City.
This special timeout is brought to you by some of the upcoming events for the North Texas Derby Revolution. Next Saturday on April 18th, they're going to have a meet and greet at 9 a.m. Have you ever thought about playing roller derby? Curious to see what it would be like to strap on a pair of skates? Then come join us for a meet and greet. You'll get a chance to watch a practice while chatting with a roller derby girl about all of your questions and your concerns. April 18th is also the third North Texas Derby Revolution's home season bout. All that action starts at 5:30 p.m.
It's official review time. That means I'm going to leave.
This official review is by Duke City.
She's doing child's pose. Is your back okay, babe?
Oh yeah,
Is your tailbone? You should take Foxy's pillow and fart all over it. And us. Wait, you want one of these? They're really good.
I've already had it on. I tried to.
After the official review, Black team was suggesting that there was a track cut during a no-pack situation. The call on the track was a no pass, no penalty on one blocker. There was not a second blocker witnessed by the referees. Therefore, the call on the track will stand. The official review lost by Duke City.
It stinks to lose your official review for sure, but it seems like that official review gave both teams an opportunity to really rethink what they were doing, and their pack play right now is super ridiculous strong. It is tight and it is holding everyone back.
Schwer Marie and Nuclear Holocaust both getting multiplayer blocks at the same time, so they're both in the box. Lead jammer is awarded to Kells Inferno. Kells Inferno getting through on a 4-point pass. Vanilla Slice cruising around the track, anticipating a call off by Kells Inferno, and she does see that as she got closer to the pack.
Kells Inferno picked up 4 points on that pass, making it 104-78, which is a 26-point differential between ICT and Duke City, which is an extra 2 with the two-point differential it was at the beginning of this half.
Yes. And we're halfway through now officially. Period number 2 on the Shroud Fitness Jam line. You are looking at Jerk of All Skates taking on number 180. That would
heat her up.
It sure is heat her up. We haven't seen her at all in this second half on the jam line. This is for her first jam in the second period. Jerk of All Skates does get that initial pass completed. She's awarded the coveted lead jammer position. Now she works towards the center of the track, trying to stay away from the inside. Able to get 2 important points, but then calling off the jam. 0 points. Heat her up.
Heat her up, though, really putting on the afterburners.
And we've got a timeout on the ICT Roller Girls side of things.
This is the ICT Roller Girls' first timeout of the game. Want us to give a huge shout out to all of our folks who are watching these games on YouTube. Thanks so much to everyone who's been able to make streaming this tournament possible. It looks like ICT and Duke City are sharing about the same number of penalties, so penalties are pretty much evening out. But Duke City is still able to edge out that lead right now.
One player for the ICT Roller Girls in a little bit of penalty trouble. Number 3, Nuclear Holocaust, has 5. There are 2 players for the Duke City squad with 5 penalties each. One of them being Jerk of All Skates. The other one, number 11, Killer Queen.
Dogpile Diva on the line up against number 9. That's Kells Inferno, rather. Kells Inferno on a big hit out by, that's number 808. Chewbacca forces her way back. Dogpile Diva's got to beat Killer Queen. She does. She gets lead jammer.
And Dogpile takes a scan across the track to find out where Kells Inferno is located. She's safely behind a wall of ICT Roller Girls. That way, Dogpile knows that she can go ahead and go on the point-scoring assault. 3 blockers to contend with, looking for a little bit of help from her own blockers. Now scanning across and noticing that Kells Inferno was coming in hot. And Kells Inferno, in fact, able to get 1 point, squeak it out right at that 4th whistle.
And White got 2 on that one, so it was a slight win for Dogpile Diva. The score is now 107-80.
27-point lead with 13 minutes to go. Not insurmountable by any stretch of the imagination as we go into jam number 14. If there's a person on this track for ITC that's going to help knock a chunk off of that 27-point lead, it is Vanilla Slice.
She's a little speedy monkey. But so is number 713, that's Jerk of All Skates. And she takes a huge whip off of one of her teammates and gets lead jammer.
She was able to duck under a hit by Pistol Peak and able to come on through and get that initial pass completed, pick up the lead jammer position.
Banff was hustling right then, trying to get a Vanilla Slice while she was down.
Jerk of All Skates coming around the mountain, tapping on the hips, calling off the jam after collecting 2 points.
Pistol Pete gave Beatrix Beatdown a big push back there just to make sure that Jerk of All Skates was not able to get her point. That's what I call some thoughtful roller derby right there.
Using the smarts. Heater up on the jam line for ITC, taking on Seam Slayer. Seam Slayer working chest to chest against X Mental, gets to the outside and gets that lead jammer position sewn up for Duke City. She's now in complete control of this jam. Coming up to turn number 1 and finding some room on the outside, but then that door gets shut quickly by number 1. That's Pooter Smacker. Failure to reform penalties being given out to X Mental as they come around turn number 2.
Kells Inferno looks pretty upset because Heater Up did not get a track cut call, but that's not what the ref saw, and it looks like 511 got 4 points on that pass.
Kells Inferno giving the international sign for I can't believe you didn't call the track cut.
Yeah, that is an international sign.
There's many international signs, and that one was clearly demonstrated. However, what's done is done. It is jam time number 16. Dogpile on the jam line going up against Banff. We've seen Banff playing pretty much everywhere during this contest.
She has truly been a utility skater for the Duke City. The Duke City? The Duke City. It's number 11, Dogpile Diva, up against utility skater Banff.
If John Wayne was still alive, he'd call it the Duke City.
Yeah. Looks like number 11, Killer Queen, is going to go to the penalty box, as is number 500, the Subjugator. Subjugator got a multiplayer block. I'm not sure what Killer Queen got.
I know what she got. She got her 6th penalty of the competition. One more, and she will no longer be playing in this game.
And that would be a big blow to Duke City because Killer Queen has been out there every jam, making it more difficult every jam.
On the Charlotte Fitness Jam line, you are looking at Kells Inferno taking on number 7108. That is Vanilla Slice.
Slight packet. Oh, nope. Equal pack advantage. It's 3-on-3 in the pack. Up for Kells Inferno and Vanilla Slice. Kells Inferno tries a little S jump situation.
Little east-west maneuvering, trying to find room, but the only room that's there is there for the taking by Vanilla Slice. She gets that lead jammer position, and now she's flying around the track looking for an opportunity to score some points. Meanwhile, Kells Inferno gets that initial pass completed. Fast-moving pack, as we've seen time and time again during this competition. Vanilla Slice able to catch up to folks that she can pass in order to score points. Tapping her hips as she gets forced to the inside, but was able to get 3 solid points for ITC. Great jam once again by Vanilla Slice.
Also, really great job by 551 Seam Slayer there, just staying right ahead of Vanilla Slice and keeping that point protected.
Timeout, Duke City. Stick around, ladies and gentlemen. We have one more game in this tournament. That's right, the Fighting Unicorns of North Texas Derby Revolution will be squaring off against Alamo City. Estimated 2:30 start time on that final game of the inaugural Mythical tournament. We want to thank everybody involved for an outstanding tournament. Thank you all the non-skating and skating officials who've been busting their butt all weekend. I want to thank my amazing group of announcers who've done a fantastic job describing what they see in front of you.
I also want to say a big shout out to Captain Motorboat, who is the announcer for the Fighting Unicorns and a number of other teams here at the House of Quad. Thanks for inviting us.
You're welcome.
Yeah. All right, it looks like there is a 33-point differential right now, 83 for ICT, 116 for Duke City. That 33-point differential was really helped out by number 10, Banff's second jam of the entire of the second period. It was a 24-point jam according to my unofficial stats, and that 24 points just jumped them up right ahead of ICT.
It really cracked open the game for Duke City. Now it's just a matter of holding on for them to keep an undefeated record here at the Mythical Invitational.
That's exactly right. If they win this game, if Duke wins this game, that means that they will be 3-0 at the tournament.
Nice step through on the inside by Jerk of all skates, getting that initial pass completed. She is your lead jammer.
On the line for ICT was number 180. That's Heat Her Up. She just got pushed to the inside by Featherstone.
Nice job there of absorbing a hit by Jerk of all skates and staying in bounds, able to complete that 5-point scoring pass. Now she's going in for more. Coming up to the pack around turn number 3 in the middle, then gets almost veered off track by Pootersmacker, but she's able to again hold that line and not go out of bounds and get 5 points.
Death Row getting called out for a track cut.
Peter up, a track cut penalty. She was able to. Interesting to see how this all plays out. So, looked like the star pass happened. However, when it happened, Heater Up was still the lead jammer, or was still the jammer, not the lead jammer. So, we're going to get an official timeout so they can make sure that they've got the call correct.
It looks like maybe there's some question about whether the jammer for ICT, Heater Up, is going to get an insubordination for doing a star pass after she was called for a track cut.
From my vantage point, it looked like it was. That is correct. She did get a full minute penalty. I could see the non-skating official holding up the one sign.
This is a big opportunity for Duke City to continue to open up this point spread. As
Seam Slayer gets that lead jammer position, now her ultimate goal is going to be to stay out of a penalized situation so she can maximize her ability to keep the lead growing for Duke City. Peter Up, to my correction, only getting 30-second penalty, so good news for ICT.
That is good news.
Got a huge impact there.
Oh man, it sounds like number 11, Killer Queen, is going to the box on an elbow. According to my unofficial stats and that whiteboard, it looks like that will be her final foul.
Peter Up down on the inside, has to get back up off the track while Seam Slayer is continuing to push the pack. Multiplayer block on Pootersmacker. She'll be going to the box for 30 seconds. Nice work on a push through coming around turn number 4. Seam Slayer getting a 5-point pass there. The star has been passed from Heater Up to the Subjugator. Subjugator now adorning the star onto her helmet. Nice peek over her shoulder there by Seam Slayer. Goes to the inside and taps the hips. takes a gigantic hit by number 17, Pistol Peak.
That was a big hit. She got 2 points, it looks like, and a timeout called by Coach Goose for the ICT Roller Girls.
Man, now that you said Coach Goose, it makes me want to go watch Top Gun real bad.
Absolutely. I would totally be a Maverick. In fact, I am a Maverick. I'm kind of like, was it John McCain who said he was a Maverick?
He did.
Yeah, John McCain. I like to think of myself as the John McCain of ICT Roller Girls, only I think my hair looks better.
And you could probably lift both your arms over your head.
I can. I'm McCain.
You McCain.
All of that I just said is a lie. Seven points picked up by Seam Slayer on that last pass. And right now you've got to be wondering, I'm pretty sure Goose is telling folks to keep their heads in it, stay focused, don't let Duke City run away with this, because it has been, especially in the first half, such a back and forth game.
Really some key jams, obviously, led to this lead for Duke City, but it was all started by number 10, Banff. That 24-point jam, second jam into the second half, really just grabbed the momentum and ran away with it.
Well, and then that 24-point jam was followed about 7 jams later by a 12-point from Seam Slayer, so that also made a huge difference.
Working on the inside, though, Banff is trying to find some room. She gets pushed to the outside by Beatrix Beatdown, and the Subjugator. Banff having to recycle all the way back behind the jam line. Dogpile trying to find her way through and is getting some staunch resistance from the Duke City four wall. Multiplayer block. Once again, the call on Swearin' Marley. She'll go to the box for 30 seconds, but Banff did get that initial pass completed. She's your lead jammer.
That's right. Dogpile Diva is still fighting the pack. She's got a couple to beat. But as soon as she can take a whip off of Chublaka's belt, well, everything recycled. So all of that whip talk that I mentioned meant nothing. Until now, when she's out of the pack. Up on the track, we've got number 9. That is Kel's Inferno up against number 7108. 7108, Vanilla Slice gets a lead jammer, but right on her tail is Kel's Inferno. That pack is moving at breakneck pace. Vanilla Slice has to call it off and take a sit right at the track barrier.
Fortunately for her, those are padded, so she's all right.
Yeah.
Two minutes, 35 seconds to go in the period. Duke City with a comfortable lead now at the 60 points. Subjugator on the Stroud's Fitness Jam line going up against Jerk of All Skates.
Looks like Subjugator is your lead jammer for this jam. It's absolutely, positively what ICT wanted to do. They need to get lead jammer status in these next 2 minutes to really be able to cut into the lead that Duke City has made. All right, that's number 11, Dogpile Diva up against number 511. That is Seam Slayer. Seam Slayer behind a wall, pushed out by Pooter Smacker. Pistol Peak tries to draw the cut, but doesn't. Dogpile Diva's got one more to beat. That's number 86, Death Row. Dogpile Diva is the lead jammer for ICT Roller Girls. Pistol Peak going to the box as Doom to Doom also heads there. Couple blockers on the floor. Dogpile Diva just wants to get some points. Big hit by Death Row. Dogpile's able to grab 3 points.
Everybody else, now this day. Last chance. Last chance.
In what looks like it'll be the last jam, we've got number 7108. That's Vanilla Slice up against Banff. Both teams have one blocker in the box, so no real pack advantage for any team. Vanilla Slice on a huge hit out. Banff gives her teammate, number 9, Kel's Inferno, a big push to help her out and calls off the jam with no time left. It looks like the unofficial final is 143-86 with Duke City going undefeated this tournament.
Ladies and gentlemen, put your hands together for the skaters from Duke City.
Duke City with the 9-hour drive back to Albuquerque is going to celebrate the whole drive home after sweeping everyone at the tournament. Nothing to be sad about for sure. ICT is leaving the tournament 1 and 2. They beat the Fighting Unicorns, fell to Duke City and Alamo City as well.
Give a big round of applause, ladies and gentlemen, to the ICT Roller Girls. Want to talk through these awards I have in my hand. First award for the best blocker. Ladies and gentlemen, make some noise for Rachel Rage. Your MVP jammer, ladies and gentlemen, it's Seam Slayer. And your most valuable player, make some noise for Banff.
I'm Shelly Shankia, and that's Captain Motorboat. We've got more Derby in about 1 hour, so stick around.